Hey guys, this is Comic Ken, and if I wasn't obsessed with comics, I probably would have quit a long, long time ago. I don't know what it is that makes me so compelled to keep banging my head against the wall trying to make this thing work, but it's the most exciting game I can think of. And if I wasn't obsessed with it, I just wouldn't be doing it every day, day in, day out. I wouldn't be reading all the books that it would take to learn this craft and make it work. I think it's because I've been so emotionally affected by solid storytelling in the past that I have no I'm just utterly compelled to try to recreate that experience for somebody else. I feel like it's something unique to creators where they are like, okay, this thing touched me, or it impacted itself deeply on me, or it impressed itself. It just made itself so it imprinted itself on my spirit to where I want to make somebody else feel like that. I want to create that experience for somebody else. And that is just the thing that drives me all the time. Like that's why I want to create. It's to the point where I've read so many books about how to draw my characters better, how to write better, and I'm just gonna show them to you right now. I'm just gonna show them the books that I've read, that I've drawn through. I've drawn the drawings in the books. I've I've read entire manuals on storytelling and writing and narrative. This whole big thing, I've read it. It looks like a dictionary, but I've read the whole thing just so that I could learn one little nugget of storytelling to improve just a little bit more at writing. I've read this whole book. This is a big, big, long book. But when you break it down, like that's how you yeah, that's how you absorb the information. Like it looks long, but it's no different from any other book, you know? And this is where you find the type of information that you can't just find on YouTube. Like people will I mean, people will give you little clips of information on YouTube. They'll give you little bits of knowledge and information that they picked up, but what they're giving you is information that they're giving you nuggets of information that they spent years working to find. Like they spent years diving deep into their craft to come up with that nugget of information. And if you only study the nuggets, you're never going to develop that depth to your art or that fundamental strength in your work that puts it above others. Like if you only have style and flash, then you won't have the substance, you won't have that core, you won't have the roots of a solid like fundamental system to build off of. And that's what you'll get from a lot of like YouTube tutorials and stuff like that. But I mean, I'm so obsessed with drawing comics that it's not even just drawing comics, it's storytelling in general. And because I want to make my own stories, I just keep studying books. I keep studying things that will get me a little bit closer to telling better stories. I'll put in the work. Like if I listen to a YouTube video and they recommend a book, I'll find that book, buy it off of Amazon. Um, Even simple books like this, Elements of Style, like how to write your sentences better so that they roll off the tongue and they feel more natural when you're writing. Um, One of my favorites, Techniques of the Selling Writer. I'll probably go into this at some point, but it taught me how to write in a way that generates a compelling narrative drive that moves the story forward. Um, this is the first book that gave me that understanding of how stories work and compel you to keep reading forward. Um, yeah, it's just a huge stack. I'm not even. This is not even a fraction of what I read. It's just the main ones I had on hand, and I keep reading, keep studying. There's. I don't think I'll get flagged for this, but whatever. Like I read this book when I was like maybe 15 or 16 online off of this website called Save Loomis. And you could read all his books and study off of all his books online for free because they weren't in print anymore. They were out of print. And only because of the success of that website were we able to get printed versions of his book. Like all this stuff is no joke. Like you just keep learning and figuring stuff out and putting things together. You'd have to be in like insane to do this if you didn't love it on some level. Like I just like that feeling of getting closer to improving, getting closer to that day where somebody reads something that I created and they're like, wow, this is amazing. This is truly amazing. It's one of the best things I've ever read. Or this deeply impacted me in some way. This changed my life. This made me feel alive. This made me feel um, just more invigorated to go live life again. Like I want to create stuff that feels like that. I'm trying to create characters that feel more alive than people you know in real life. I'm trying to create environments that feel more dreamlike and more immersive than any place you've been in real life. Uh, Places that feel like places where you want to be, places that scare you, or I want to create stories that compel you to read, almost like crack, like an addiction. Like you can't put it down. You have to keep reading. Like it's I want it to be an addiction. I want to tell stories that make you want to keep reading and turning pages. And I think I'm getting just a little step closer to that with my newest story, Saintly. Um, it's a demon chase horror comedy about two girl best friends who have to outrun the demon loan sharks that they borrowed from. And right now, I'm still in the process of finishing up the inks and the art for this comic book. This is a panel that I was working on earlier today, and it was difficult to draw, but because of the crowd in the background. But it's basically my next chance to try to move you with the art and the story that I'm trying to tell. And I'm basically almost done with the inking phase. I basically I transferred everything from my uh pages, like my paper files, to digital. I scanned them all in so that I could actually draw them out and finish them digitally. Because I have access to a lot more effects, a lot more quick and easy buttons that help speed the process along. And I like the fact that my work exists in two realms, basically. Like they exist in real life and they exist digitally. So that way, if either one gets erased somehow, I always have like a tangible thing that that I can use to recover the information. So yeah, that's what I've been working on, and I hope to do some type of half release or something like that this October, especially in preparation for Halloween. So look out for that. It's probably going to be on my email list for all my subscribers, and they'll get to see it first before anyone else. And once I finish a good chunk of the story, we'll start posting it on social media, start posting it on Webtoons, so that once I start posting, I can just keep going and posting more and more of the story until it's done. So it's going to be a full graphic novel, and we're going to start off with this first chapter and then keep it going until it's done. So look out for that. It's coming soon. All my links are in the description. You can check this out, and you can also check out my past work, Air Rider High School Hero. Um, this one was my first attempt at making a comic that I did in the Kubert School. I actually used my I finished this during COVID time, and then I used my COVID stimulus check to print out the first run. And then what I did, I just gave it to all my friends, and some people bought it off of me. I actually sold a few copies to the Kubert School store, and they probably still have some of them. Who knows? But yeah. Um, and one day I'd like to come back to the story and make it the highest quality it can be, but this was my first attempt at it, and you can get your own copy in the links in the description. And yeah, uh, I mean, if using my own stimulus check to print the first run, that was $400 something dollars to print the first run of my own comic book, doesn't say that I'm obsessed with it, then I don't know what will. So yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.